Missouri's 8-week abortion ban would have gone into effect today, but it was blocked by a federal judge. The regulation would have banned the procedure after 8 weeks of pregnancy, but Planned Parenthood says many women do not even know they're pregnant or may not be able to get into a clinic for 8 weeks. CBS News reporter Kate Smith has been following this story extensively. She joins us now from St. Louis. Kate, this move here is only temporary, so what happens now?
So you're right. This is only a preliminary injunction. Basically, it's the first step in what's going to probably be a multi-year battle over Missouri's sweeping anti-abortion bill that they passed earlier this year. Now, of course, 8-week ban, that's only one small piece of that legislation. So you're actually going to see a lot of other pieces of that bill be implemented today.
What would happen if today's 8-week abortion ban had been implemented?
I mean, that's a great question. So there's only one remaining abortion clinic in the state of Missouri, and that's, of course, Planned Parenthood in St. Louis. Now, I was reading some court documents, and what the judge said was that if they were to implement the 8-week ban, about 2/3 of all abortion procedures in this state would have effectively been illegal moving forward. So the way he saw it is by allowing this ban to go forward while they're litigating it in court, it would cause women of Missouri so much harm that it isn't worth figuring that out until they know for sure down the road.
Now, are there any anti-abortion restrictions that either weren't covered by this ruling or are going into effect separately today?
There are. So there are two things going in that I'd like to focus in on. The first is that they are allowing a so-called reason ban to be implemented today. Now, what that means is that states have been trying to effectively outlaw abortion for specific reasons. So that is most commonly sex selection, gender, and then for some is a genetic abnormality as well, including Down syndrome. So the judge actually declined to provide a preliminary injunction for this piece. So that means that beginning today, doctors at Planned Parenthood of St. Louis will be no longer allowed, they'll actually be prohibited by law to provide an abortion for any woman they feel is seeking it for those 3 reasons. Now, the second piece wasn't included in today's lawsuit, and that's basically a different set of literature that Planned Parenthood will be required to give to patients that are seeking an abortion in the state and outside of the state. So it's 4 different things. All of them are state-written, state-directed, and all discourage women from having an abortion.
And what are critics saying about this reason ban?
So critics say that the reason ban, they call it a wedge issue. So basically what it does is the reason bans often rely on racial stereotypes from other countries about why certain women seek abortions in other places of the world, even though there's no statistical data to back up that that actually happens in the United States. So critics say that this is really just a way for state lawmakers to create wedge issues, to flame racial tensions and, use racially charged issues to make, people a little bit more aware of this issue and maybe make them a little bit more upset about this issue. They also say that, there's no, Planned Parenthood v. Casey, Roe v. Wade, these 2 Supreme Court precedents, they allow a woman to have an abortion up until viability for any reason. So creating a reason why she might not be allowed to seek an abortion is simply unconstitutional, according to critics.
And the Missouri Attorney General's office responded to the judge's ruling. Kate, real quick, what do they tell us?
Of course, so they praise the decision that they're allowing the reason ban to go through. And Chris, one thing I'd love to note is that there's actually only one other state that has prohibited abortions for specific reasons, including Down syndrome and genetic abnormalities, and that's North Dakota. So Missouri's really blazing a path here and allowing that to be implemented today. So the AG's office here was very happy about that. They praised the decision. And actually, the Attorney General here has a special needs son, so this is a personal issue for that office.
And the office also says it's reviewing its options and reading the judge's ruling on the move to temporarily halt that abortion ban. Kate, thank you.